Hey, what's going on? I haven't been here all night. I know it's early in the morning, 12:30, but I have decoded, uh, not completely, because completely would mean I can exactly explain it to you, but I have decoded why, okay, and I'm going to show you some diagrams of my, not diaphragms, diagrams. Is a fram with a PH? Because that's the one spirit of the eight heaven, 168. Or is it with an F? And then it's just an explanation. Because when you can take two digits and they stay under 10, well, you're still in the same world. So it's nothing more than the two digits added, saying 2 and 6 is beta and man. And it's relatively the same for three digits. You see, when you get to three digits, the minute you hit the fourth digit, that fourth digit is on the other side. It's on the other side because they do the same thing in money. If you got a dollar, you got a dollar point zero zero. When you got 1,000 in mathematics, you got to put a comma after the third one. So what happens now is A, okay, which is played in position number 4 and is in position number 2 because it's inside the beta world, the earth world, the earth. The earth and the water get together, it's called creation. You make a mud pie, okay? So 1 and 3 are directed by 2. And this is the reason for the 2 extra letters, one on the 7 and one on the 9, because it's be directed by 2, and the 2 goes from her position in the pentagram all the way down to the bottom where the 9 would be, or it would go all the way to the bottom where the 7 would be. So whatever was in the 1 spot, okay, is no longer there. Beta's controlling the 3 spot. Okay, 1 is inside 2 because 2 is actually 1 and 1 is 2. So that's why the letter from A now, okay, the 3 letters from A are no longer in the 1 on the telephone, they're on the 2. And one of the reasons, I'm not going to get to that yet, okay, but when you get down to the 7, they have the extra letter. And one of the reasons is the same reason that when you have a telephone number, it's 3, area code 3, and then 4. 33 the Christ, and then delta is the one who directs the 3 and 3. That's for the 334 digits. So we give a fourth one, and we need to give a fourth one to number 7 because the 7 needs 4 corners. Okay, 1 letter for each corner. Why does the 7 need 4 corners? Because it is the 7th gate, the one spirit of the 6th man. And it all happens over here on roulette. All these lines are obligations that I must make according to the 4-3 size, because that's the size I got out of the roulette. Now, if I'm wrong, it's not really good. It's not that bad, but it's better to be right on. Because what happens is the more they spread apart, and there's a difference, the more we'll have little, you see the little hole here? You see this over here? It's an automatic. Why? Because this is 5, okay? This is 5, and this is 2. Now, it only goes zigzag back and forth inside its own number. It does not continue unless it's the same color, okay? And then there'll be an opening, okay? Now, over here, okay, I'm even lost in my own. This line over here, which be number 16 is over here. Number 18 is over here. 16, okay, 1 and 6 is 7 on your phone. 16 is the P letter, and that's where it starts, right here. P, Q, R, S. What goes into the 7th gate? The one spirit of the 6th man, the one spirit of the 7th heaven, which is the queen, the angel resident, which is the R, and the spirit. You can't put the spirit over here, the S, because what is the S going to do in the 8th position? The 8th is the heaven. You need something to connect to it. And you've already connected the one spirit of the 8th heaven here. R is the 18th letter. One spirit of the 8th heaven. So you can't put that there. And this is what connects the one spirit of the 8th heaven is the one spirit of the 9th heaven. Everything changes in here. This is the 20th box. This is the 17th box. One spirit of 8. Okay, that he's already in here, the God. The 7 God is already here. He can't be here because he's not the one spirit of 8. He's here. So we jump over this box. Here we put TUV, which means beta, 20th letter. 21st letter, okay, is U. So multiply that by 3, and you get 63, creation of man. Okay, TUV equals 63. The other thing that equals 63 is the number 11. So if I would put the 17 with the 11, I would have the beta heaven by just adding up those numbers. And they're exactly right, because they can't be wrong. They just can't. They can't, not at all. Maybe while I'm telling a story in between, I can make mistakes in poor expression. But that's besides the point. So let's see what else we have. Okay, so over here, now the 9 has 4 letters. Well, because we moved over from the 1 position to the 2 position, okay, the 3 that would have went here, 3 have to move over. Okay, so when you move over 3, okay, there's already a hole in number 9, because 9 times 3 is 27 letters. There's only 26. So we have a space for 2. So we put 1 here, which is the spirit. Then we put 3 here, 4, 3, 4, which is actually 3 and 4, creation delta, and center 3 and 4, creation delta, as the center is shared with both sides. Okay, and then on number 18, okay, all the letters end. How come I don't put them up here? I don't put them up here because I need to express what they are. I don't put them down here because 18 are the 2 I's, I and I. 18, Chai, the one spirit of heaven. It stops there. All 3 numbers or 4 numbers are there because beta, let's say beta comes out like the B letter. Okay, there's 3 letters there, and she goes to the 7. There's 4 letters. So you get 3 letters and 4 letters. You got 7 letters, and you're in the 7th heaven. All the opposites of this dice. Okay. The other reason is 7, 8, and 9 actually, like October, November, December, actually belong to January, February, and March. These 3 are doubled up because this is the God that doubled up everything. Although one is a passage, he has to double up to connect to that passage from both sides. Okay, so 7, 8, and 9, and you see the months that are alone are April all the way to September. And the reason why September has 30 days and August has 31 days, and one is odd, one is even, and it shouldn't be that way, is because you must be born in creation to come into the heaven, putting 9 in front of 8 in creation. So now you reverse, okay, these 2. And you can reverse it, okay, 9 and 8, for the same reason, okay, that 1 goes into 2. Because in this world, the spirit is in the 2. And then when the 2 creates, it's 2 dots and 1 dot. It's 3 dots. But there's nothing. 3 dots are no good. You need the 4 corners. Once you got the 4 corners, you got the world. That's why nothing starts before 5. Because 4 doesn't have a dot in the center. You see any dot in the center? I don't see any dot. And here's 5. So where can man be? Can man actually be here? No, he can't. Man has to be there and there. He has to be 7. So he's got to be an extra 1 on the 7. And at the same time, he must be extra on the 7. His birth says he must be the extra 1 on the 9. Sometimes why? Now we're going to go again to why did we jump over 8 and put it on the left side at the 7 and the right side is the 9? Because in the 10-10 world, 1 is across from 9, 3 is across from 7. God owns the 1 inside the 1 hole, and he has the 1 spirit inside the 3 hole, giving each one a letter. When he gives the spirit letter, the S. On the other one, the Y ends up with an extra letter when it should have had actually a letter less. It's got a letter more. Okay, so that's the reason. The other thing is one of the reasons why we jump over the 8 heaven, just like the cow jumped over the moon, is because, just like I said, to reconnect the alphabet, you need to use Y. Now, depending which Y you're going to use, okay, this is what I call a flat back. It's only a 45-degree angle. This is a 90-degree open angle. This is basically the same thing as looking at the Mercedes sign and turning this into the Magen David, because each angle of each line states for a difference of length, which into the certain amount of length that there is, that will be the same amount of length that there is in time. What does time have to do with it? I don't know. These are squares, okay? You put these squares in matrix all over the entire place of space, and inside of it, you'll see how time works if you can follow the lines and the dots, just like Morse code, but in reverse. So although it's only my own method, I know you can use any one of your methods, and you don't have to believe anything I say. I always have to look down, so nobody puts me down first. I'll put myself down, and I have my last cigarette for the night, and I don't need anybody to pick me up. Although it's really nice. I just watched Rudy on the TV. So what happens is Y, okay, Z, Y. 25th letter, 27th letter. Start here, go up, and all the way down. Why can you go up, and why does it only go down there? Because it's 4 by 3. It hits the center of this number and comes down here. What number is this? 27, 24, 23 red, 27 red, 25 red. And then when you see the numbers, you know there's a white line that goes between the roulette numbers. So if there's a white line there, you're allowed to travel the white line as a Holy Ghost, because everything we do in this world has something to do with white inside of it. And one of the reasons for that is you can walk on the white line. But when you drive, you shouldn't be driving on the white line. Complete difference, right? So now am I supposed to use that rule and implicate, do not pass on the white line? Because in pool, there's white on every single ball, even on the 8 ball. So you got to also add that into the effect. So what happens now? 25Y, Z, Y. Okay, so you skip over again the 8 because these, and this is what reconnects the alphabet. And then you got 28A, 29B, 30 is C. It ends this level of 30. Okay, it is the beginning of everything. So if 30 is the beginning of everything, you would say C or center C. But on the piano, center C shows up at 28 key and 25 key. Well, 25 key is center, because 2 and 5 is 7. 7 to the 10, 10 is 3, and that's for creation. So that would be the center C. And where are we creating? Oh, in the beta heaven. And what number is that? 28. Again, center C. Both of them match. Am I making any of this up? Absolutely. It's all hypothesis, but it fits so good. So where are we going to go next? What's the next test on here? There are so many numbers and so many things to do. Okay, on number 7, okay, on number 7, when you leave P, Q, R, and S, it's 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, referring to the letters, just to show you, okay? It's 1.6, which is the P, which is the 16th letter, because it's on the first level. God is on the ground floor. P is on the first level, okay? And the first 9 letters, because the alphabet doesn't start on 0. So you got the first 9 letters and the second 9 letters. In between the second 9 letters is 10 and 18. P fits right in there at 16. Then when you get to 19, now you're in the third set of letters and the third dice. And with the third letter, you go from 19, okay, all the way to 27. And then you have the beta world. I mean, the beta god, the god of the 2 worlds of 7. The beta, the secondary god of the 2 worlds of 7. I can say it so many ways. So now that you have 27 over here, which would be Y, that's the Y after the Z, because God is A. This is, let me see. God is A to M. Have you ever written that down? I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. God is A to M. Have you ever written that down? A to M. Adam. Adam and Eve. Adam. A to M. The 13th letter. The 14th letter is a skip letter. It's an N letter. The N and the Z are two jump letters. You can use the N and the Z, and if you take a look at them and you put them on the side, it's actually sevens that create it. Okay, they are jump letters. And they are also hook letters. What I mean by hook letters is, I'm going to try and show you it. Depending which world everything is in, and there's more than one way to draw this. So I'm going to show you the 3 ways to draw this. These are the 3 ways. Now, if you want to connect the letters, what would you do to connect this world? Well, this shows up and down. This is the 14th letter. 1 and 4 is 5. It's in the center of your telephone. It goes in all directions. That's why I have to design it this way, so I can pick up from one side or pick up on the other side. But as is, it can only connect up or down. At the same time, we're going to turn it into a C. Okay, watch what happens. It's actually 2 sevens, 2 worlds, 7 and 7. Here's your 7, and there's your 7, upside down. Okay, here's your 7 on an angle. So we're going to turn this into a C. Can I do it this way? Let me show you what I turn it into. It turns into that. Now, what in the world can that be? Well, let me finish designing it. When I'm finished designing it, you'll actually see what it is. You ever see that kind of 5? Didn't really make any changes. You see the U? You see the U? The way the tail is off this way? The U is a roundabout letter that goes over the circumference of a full-size letter. If I go around this, it turns into a U. Okay? And you must do that to the 3 eggs. Boy, okay, listen to this. Spirit, angel, and man, 3 eggs. What do we need? The 1 Spirit of God. 1 Spirit of God, point, 3 eggs, 0, 0, 0, 1,000. 1,000 Roman numerals, letter M. Letter M sounds for love. A, alpha, 2M, which is 2, or beta. It means alpha, beta to M, from mother to father to love. So then if we want to do it this way, I was going to design something, but in the meantime, I was talking too much, and I forgot what I was thinking. I'm almost doing 2 things at once. I'm almost capable of doing 2 things at once, but yet I still can't do one. But that's okay. So where am I next? Okay, we went to Adam. And then I was thinking, Adam? And this is just a thought in my head. Adam? Okay, forget about this. And I was thinking, jump. We have to jump over 8. Jump over the heaven. Jump over the moon. 53. When you see 53, that's you, okay? And that's 1 joker. A moon. A to M. Alpha, omega. Omega, okay? When alpha omega goes to alpha omega again, okay, what happens is you need the 2 eggs and you need the passage, okay? You don't have the spirit, you have the sticks. Inside here is what God represents. The letter M is because God represents the 2 spirits. He's 5. He gets 5 corners. Cross a stick, you got 4 corners, and the center God of who he is. Anyways, so now what we got to do, we got to come back here and go to Y, a moon. Turn it on. Mo, a word from alpha, or aleph, or whatever you want to call them. But anyways, what happens here, okay, is the letter count, okay, from 8 to M is 13. The letter count from M to O is 2. The letter count from O to O, because you have to get the first O, and then you have to get the second O. Because if you don't have 2 O's, you really need 3 O's. You got to zoom up the alphabet and find out how you're going to get those O's. Are they all going to come from the same spot? Or are we actually going to go to the number system and grab number 8? So we do it quicker. We got 2 at a time. And then again, okay, we can actually take the letter B, okay, because it's spliced together, and split it in half. Then we have 2 3s, we got creation. But then if we leave it together, we've got the 8 heaven for the creation. If we multiply it again, we'd be multiplying everybody. Anyways, so where are we next? Okay, from O to N is 26. From O to O is 27. 26 and 27 stands for 53. 52 cards, 1 joker. That's who you are. 13 and 30 creation, 43. 7 world of 1 and 5. The 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. 7th world of 5. 7 by 5, 35. The distance between the letters, 27 here, 26 here. And the answer comes out to the same thing, 53. Our mother, there's definitely, okay, the wolf flow, 6, 12, 15, 12, FLOW, 23, 38, 56. The wolf is 56. 5 and 6 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. We start at 11, that's where beta starts. Well, she actually, when beta starts, right, and I said she doesn't start on 1, well, actually, she doesn't start on 1. 1 is here. 4, 7, beta starts right here. You see that double fish? That's why it doubles up like that. She starts on 10. She's just 1. 1 of, then she is 1 and 1, both of the gods. Then she's 1 and 2, put together creation. Just like this is 3, this is 1 and 2 is 3. And it's explained how the beta world works over here and further down. And in here, our world exists. Not only that, you may not see it, okay? But when you do this diagram to start, everything turns into diamonds, to hexagons, into the stop sign, the Magen David, triangles, X's, lines, and O's. And after that, you see dashes and dots and messages, and you won't be able to read it after. It's not readable. So that's what we had on the moon. The regular letter count for the moon, okay, is 13 and 30 is 43, and 14 is 57. 19, 19, 19 equals 57. Or 18, 19, and 20. Right? One spirit, 18, 19, and 20. Angel resident with the one spirit in the beta world, 18, 19, 37, 47, 57. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3 creation. Into each world it keeps counting into its own. And when you want to say, let's go from O to O, actually means H2O, because in French, that's what it comes out to. O, de, O. O, to go up, is spelled H-A-U-T, but water is E-A-U. So if you put them together, you go up for water. The spirit is up, but the soul is down. There is definitely something lurking in the midst of this world somewhere. I know my information is dead on. What I have told you about the phone is a lot more than what I've already spoken, but I'm going to go into it and see if I can detail this out, because first what you have to know is A is first. So A would stand for 1. But we start at 2. ABC equals 6 total. Then we go to the 3 letter, DEF, totals 15. 1 and 5, 6. 21. Now we begin creation. 4 corners. Okay. Then we do the next 3 letters, equals 24. The letter X, F-O-X, to begin with. 6, 6, 6. 6, 21, 45. That's the 4 diamonds. This is the 4 of diamonds. And this is the 5 of spades. These 2 cards. Okay. Then we go to the 5 key, the center key. And of course, 3 and 3. 3 to the left, 3 above. Right? 5, 3 below is 2. 3 above is 8. Again, we get 6. The total of 33 on the year is 78, September, October. The 7th gate of the 8th heaven. Okay. Then we go down to the 6th letter, where the totality of the letters come out to 42. 4 and 2, 6. And now we bring our grand total up to 120. Creation. 6, creation. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 5 sixes. Why is it 5 sixes? Because when you have 4 sixes, okay, when you have 4 sixes, you got 2 here and 2 here. But there's empty in the center. There's nothing there. But when you have 5, okay, when you have 5 sixes, now you have the value total of this side and what the value total working with this side when you have 5 numbers. This is the difference. And 5 times 6 equals 30, and that's creation again. So it finishes off, and it's got to constantly say that. Now we get up to the 7th gate. At the 7th gate, the letter value is 70. And it needs to be 70, and by adding that extra letter, it reaches 70. Otherwise, without the S, it equals 51. And all it says is the one Spirit of God. Is the one Spirit of the 5 angle, 6, man. It talks about man. I'm not talking about man. This is the 7th gate of entrance. So we take the 7th gate of entrance, we add the total again. Now we get 190. And we need 190, because 190 is the birth and the one Spirit of birth inside the 7th gate. We need that. 1 and 9 is 0, 0, 0. That's where we have the spirit angel in man. Then we go to the 8. And the total is creation of man. And the small letter count for this one, see 7 had to count to 7. It stopped from 6. And 8 now went to 9. Do you remember before we were jumping over it? Because the 9 has to pass through the 8 heaven. And by finding out the letters on the 8 now, this is why the 9 needed the extra letter, which ended up to W, X, Y, and Z, which totals 9 and 8. 9 and 8, 7 and 8, okay, are the same thing. 5 and 9. Man's birth, God, the passage, and man. 5, letter count 42. 9, letter count 42. Change this around. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. From 7, 8, and 9, you had a 7, you had a 9, and you had an 8 reversed. 8 and 9 are reversed. September and August are reversed. One is odd, one is even. They should be in the other row. But they had to reverse them because Beta, okay, had to have a passage into this world. So we had to reverse these 2 numbers. When I add these 2, we get to 253. That's 2 people playing, you and your angel. You each have a joker and 52 cards. You get 52 cards each. It's 253. Why the joker? Because it's actually like saying beta. But instead of saying beta, you have to separate it. Because now God is playing the real God on that side, but he has to play the beta God on your side. Although it's still 2, it's 1 and 1. And you're the only one here to tell the story, so it's 2. And since they only see one of you and they don't see you going backwards, you're just you. So let's see what we can get to next. So then we add this total up and we get to 351. Creation of the one Spirit of the 5 angle. The 5 angle means all around 5 is 8 numbers. The totality is 9. It's a stop sign, 4 corners and 4 sides, plus the center. Okay? And don't forget, when you're at the 5 hole and everything stretches out, if the 5 stretches out to the 10, 10 corners 4 times, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, it equals 2. What did he stretch out? 0.5. What does it equal? 2. 2, 5, 5, 2. So after that, what happens, okay, we get the 351. Now to finish it off, let's just add back the A, value of 1. See, he's barred. He's barred in the first 10, in the first spaces. He's barred, okay? And the game is inside a cube, and he owns the cube, okay? So he's barred. So now at the end, we're going to add on 1. And now we got 352. Now, whichever way you want to do this, 3 times 5 is 15, times 2 is 30, plus this equals 40. 10, 10, 10, 10 worlds. Times 10, times 10, times 10. Times 10, times 10. Times 10 is 1,000. Then you go 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. And that world over there. And in that world over there. And then the middle world, 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. Now you got 3,000. Now we have to flip it over. And we have 6,000 because we have to double it up at the end. It always works that way. We're only going 10. We should be doing 20 because of the beta world. Anyways, because of the game, sorry. Because of the game, I forgot. And because of the game, you can also go 10, 10, 10, 10 is 10,000. Souls were on the line, Christopher said. Okay, I don't want to get too boring here. I want to see back if I missed anything. If you add up all the months of the year in initials only, you remember they used to say, give me the initial count. Well, let me tell you one thing. I go by just the first initial and I can pick off half the word. But anyways, January to December is a total of 116. Let me show it to you. You see it? You see it? 116. It almost looks like 9/11, eh? 9/11. All the months of the year, initials equal to 9/11. That's not the only one I found. Now what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to put them in groups. How do you open up your calendar? How is your calendar set up? Different calendars are set up different way. If you go online on your computer and you look for the time, it'll set up a certain way. Then you set yours up that way. And you follow to that law. You follow the law. I follow the laws that are set upon me in each element. I guess life should be the same way. So anyways, we go January, February, March. We're the first 3 months. Alpha, beta creation. And it totals 29, which means, are you ready? The birth into this world. It means once every 4 years, man is born. You have to go every 3, and then the 4th, the man is born. Just like the Star of Bethlehem, they saw it 3 years before, and then Christ was born. Because 4, you need the 4 corners. So you're born 3 years after you see it. So because you're only born, anyways, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Then there's April, May, June, which totals 24. And that April, May, June totals 24, which is man and the heavens and the past. January, okay, let me finish with this. January, February, March, okay, 29, 2 plus 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. Then when you go April, May, June, it equals 24, which equals 6. So the first 2 numbers are 2, 6, which means beta and man. And then it said, which actually is both gods and man, or beta. You see, I'm still mixed up a little with beta. I know it's the elements, but I'm not sure exactly which way they go, but I will find it because I already found it and I lost it. So anyways, then when you go up to July, August, September, the number is 30 as these 3 months go together. And the next number would be 2636. Creation in the secondary world is 9 and 8. The answers when you put them together, okay, where is it? 2 and 6 or 8. 6 and 3 is 9. 6 and 3 is 9. 3 and 2 is 5. 5 and 6. 5 and see, there's 4 numbers here, right? There should be a 5th number because there's not a 5th number, and there's a reason for it. And I'm off subject somewhere in my head. I don't know where it is. I also did a thing on, wow, I don't even know where I am in this. I have so many things written down. Yes, another thing I have to do is I have to do all the seasons. And the reason for 90 days in the winter is the same. Winter and Wednesdays, they go together, okay? There's 90 days because God does not have to send his spirit out in the winter. He sends his spirit out in snow, and he comes as Santa Claus, and you put a sock up. And there's only 90 days because the spirit doesn't have to be added into the cards. That ace is not needed. Or the spirit God is gone, but it doesn't work that way. It could be replaced by something else. Maybe it's replaced by beta, but beta's in the south. Okay? So anyways, if God's world's going to come back, it might get a little bit cooler out. Yeah, so like I said before, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 is January and October go together. J and O. Okay. 10 and 15 is 25, stands for Jack. 2 and 5 is 7. Also stands for 2 days on the weekend, 5 days during the week. The 2 got a beta. Why? Because it's 2 and 6, and God happens to be the 4 and 8. Beta is the 2 and 6. God is the 4 and 8. That's for sure. Because delta is the angle that God takes when he doesn't take the spirit angle of 1. Okay, his 7th gate, his angle in this world is 4 into the beta world, which is probably the earth world, is the way I look at it. So where are these numbers again that I'm looking at? Okay, then we go February and November are together. February is a 2 completed, but November shows that there's a 1 and 1 to create the 2. The total of the initials are 6 and 14. They total 20, and 20 equals into the single digit of 2. Okay, March and December is the 13th letter. It's also a month of creation, and December explains 12th month, 1 plus 2 is 3 creation, alpha, beta. The total of the 2 letters are 17, the 1 spirit of the 7th gate, which means the dead center 5 spirit, the 5-hole. Okay, so now 1 and 7 equals 8. So what we had right now is January, October, 25, 2 and 5 is 7. 6 and N, F and N, 20 equals 2. March to December, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Okay. April, May, June. 1 and 13 is 14. And 10 is 24. There's a mix-up here. How's this possible? Well, how did I get 16? Look at this, 7286. Why did that happen? Why did this happen? You see, really and truthfully, you can't get 16. It should have been 7287, but you can't get 7287. It's 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 7 God, beta world, 8 heaven, 6 man of the 1 spirit of creation. Oh my God. I just got sent a message. I've been working on these things for days, and I never saw this. I never made it up. It came naturally. Wow, I didn't have to force to find something I've been looking for, and now that I found that I don't know what to do with it, but I do know what to do with it. I'll just classify it and remember it, that it's more real than anything else right now. I've got shivers up my backbone. Whoa, this is crazy. This is really crazy. I'm going to look back at that and see why I wrote it like that. I didn't do it purposely, I swear. Okay, where are we going to get back to? It's on the side here. Okay, we're going to go over it. April, May, June. Okay. The first letter is 1. Okay. The second letter is M is 13, is 14, and J is 10, is 24. Okay. Do you understand? April, May, June, A1, M13, J10. So we have 1, 14, 24. 2 and 4 equals 6. Look at this answer. Look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. The whole thing's going to show up on my birthday. This comes right up to my birthday. This is crazy. This is crazy. And I'm not putting it there. I'm going to, okay, let me go back and finish this, okay? Because I had the 16, we're thinking of the 6th month, the 5th month, and the 4th month. 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5 is 9, is 15. 1 and 5 should have been 6 again. It is 6. But I put the 1 spirit of 6 because it's in the first 6 months of the year. Do you follow me? This is the first 3 months. This is the first 6 months. The last 6 months of the year start here and get doubled up with these 6 months. These 6 months end up to go to these 3 months to make 9 months. We have to couple up our months so that we end up using up 12 boxes and 18 boxes. I can't explain it right now. It just flashed into my head that that's what must be done the next time I come out here. There is too much work coming in, And this is incredible. I don't want it to stop. I don't want it to stop. I can't have it stop. I don't know if you learned anything, what I've been showing you, but we're going to finish. Now that we get to July, August, September, 7, 8, and 9, 7 and 8 is 15, and 9 is 24. 2 and 4, 6. July 10, August 1 is 11. September, the S letter is 19, equals 30. 7, 2, 8, 6, 3. That's the year I'm born, 63. Now you want to see the rest of it? Okay. The 6, excuse me, how do I bring it to a 10 worlds? We have to go, since the first one would be the 76, the spirit of man. This is the beta world, 2 and 6, 2, 6, and 8. We don't need the 4 here because the 4 is represented over here. The 4 is also represented over here in the 6. Okay, so what we're going to do is find out why would 10-4 be in here. The reason 10-4 is in there is because 10 is what God is all about in action. 4 is what God is all about in action of the 7th gate of the 10-10 world. So since God takes place in the beta world as 4 and man is 6, that is your 10. 10-4 are the two that are missing. When the 6 shows, 10 and 4 have to show up right away, and 3 will tell you it's creation, because the 7, to bring it to the 7 world, 4 and 3 is 7. So that would be the number. And we have to have a 7, and if it's not with a 3, then we don't have the creation, and the numbers will not match. That's why it is 10-4, 7, 2, 8, 6, 3, 1, 9. Why is it 1, 9? 1, 9, 11. Well, whichever way you want to look at it, okay? When I added up all the initials together, it totaled out to 116, which, if you reverse it, it's 9/11, okay? And the one spirit of the 9 birth, everybody has it, 1963. It could have been the one spirit of the 8 heaven. It had to be the one spirit of the 9 birth because that's a total connection. So that's the year I was born in. And 10-4 is the month I was born in. And that 7286 is... anyways, okay, jump off of that instead of talking about me. Here's one of the things I wanted to show you. I don't know what it means. Here's a triangle. Pointed this way would be 1, 3, 2. Down here is the 2. I don't know why. In all actuality, it could be 4, which should be actually down here. 1, it would be either it would be 4, 3, 2. Either it would be 4, 3, 2 or 1, 3, 4. It's like this or like this. You need this one in here. It's the 4 corners. You need it in there. This is the spirit. This is creation. This is creation. This is the beta God creation. 2 parts. 2 parts of one part of the other. In this world, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creates the heaven. And in this world, 4, 3, and 2, 9 creates the birth. 9 and 8, September, October, octagon, and whichever other way you'd like to go with that. These are some of the things I'm working on. The different designs. Flat back. Okay. Number 7. I showed you this one already. 70. Or the letter R. Or the letter P. This is the one. This is the 5-fold of the 9. There's 9 in here, but this is the 5-fold. 9, 5. 9, 5. 9, 2, 5. 9, 2, 5. 9, 2, 5. Understand, everything changes with the shapes, but every shape has a different meaning because it has a different angle. Okay, now I do not know all the angles yet, right? But I do know that this angle is this angle here. Okay, that's the angle of the Budweiser bow tie, and I can probably explain to you how they got it. What else is in there? I did so much stuff. I'm doing a little bit of bowling now. Okay, I'm doing bowling, and I'm trying to see which numbers are present in which box. Because when you bowl, when you throw your first ball and you get a strike, there's nothing behind you. But when you come to your 10th frame, okay, you're allowed to take 2 extra shots. How come? Because you got to get through 10, 11, and 12 to get back to creation. your total score. And then once you have your total score, you start your next game and you have to start over. But that's just simple to just show you that it's not as easy as you think. When you come to the 10th frame, you got to make a different design. Okay? The X, each corner here is worth 5, and the dot in the center where they cross is worth 1. Why is the center worth 1? This is what happens with the center. When this goes to here, and this goes to here, this arm is also going to here. They go out from each other. So from here to here and here to here is one whole move. But since this one goes half out to here and this goes half out to here, it'd be a half. A half, a half, a half, and a half on each line. It makes 2. How many do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the center is 5. 2 extra of 5. And now what does that do when you have 2 extra of 5? 1 stick, a V of 5, and a 1 stick. And everybody knows when you put that together, that's the letter M. Okay? Okay? Oh, another thing I wanted to show you. Anybody know about the Jesus fish? 1 fish here, 1 fish here, kissing fish, face to face. And when it comes for the north-south, they can't put it because there's no tail to swim with, north and south. Fish only swim east and west. So this fish is pointed up, this fish is pointed down. Okay? So if there's a tail out of the water, you'll understand why. Anyways, the other one and the last one before I let you go for the evening is this here. You see the eye and the eyes? They're all eyes in here. This is the center world that must be pulled apart. This is the magic carpet, okay? I can't explain how it works, but in one of my dreams, I was taught to almond things. To almond means to, and I'm pretty good at it. To almond things is to make this curve, to go around. Have you ever seen the Da Vinci Code? Over the window in the back in the picture of the final painting, the window in the back is a curve on it. That's like the rainbow. And that's why there's 3 windows in the background. 1, 2, 3. And his head is on the side because the spirit is cutting right through here. The letters, the spirits, everything connects to something or another. I know there's something I probably missed. I'm always going to miss something. God lives in evil. Dogs, gods, evil, live. They're all words that have been reversed. The hair on your body. Here's another way to do the roulette board. It also shows up like this with eyes. There's many, many ways to do it. But when you start putting too many things on top of each other, you start to lose the actual, what it actually looks like. And then there's, I'm just going to go through this. You see the line comes down here. The line goes out. You see the F here, it's a shorter line. Now the question is, why is it a shorter line? Okay, if you want to do it on a straight line with a shorter line, the only way to do it is to make it this size, or to make it half the size and put it here. You can't be in between. This and this have to be different. But the other way to make the F, because there's other kinds of Fs, and this is what I call the alpha F. Okay, is it the alpha F? Oh, I made a mistake already. Let me do it this way. Hold on a second. 1 down, 1 up, 2 up, and 2. And I made a little mistake. And 2. Okay. See this F over here? Okay. If you take a good look, it's almost a diamond. And you'll find this on the roulette wheel. This and this are the exact same length. But when you're working on angles, it seems like it's a whole lot shorter now. In some reasons and scenarios, it is shorter because there's more than one way to make an F. The man's coming. How is he coming? By bus? Is he having an orgasm? Where's he going? If he's coming, he's going. Where's he going and coming from? Are any of these questions irrelevant? And why am I asking all these questions? Is it my business where he's going and who he is? I don't even know who he is. So where's he going? I don't care. Let him go. It's okay. So what else do I have here? All the letters, all the straight back letters, letters that like the K, the P, and the reason that the Q has a cut in it. Um, I'm not even sure, but you know what? I'm not, you know, it's not so bad, this video. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. Let me see if I can jump off to world news. I haven't been keeping up to anything lately. I do know that Ron Paul is getting stronger. Go, 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 Ron Paul. This is all about the mind. Think of it this way. Remove the distance between the totality of our planets and bring everything close together. Put each planet 100 miles or 200 or 300 miles away, and we can fly from one to the other. Otherwise, think of it this way. We are all in a bubble inside a larger bubble that you cannot see, which if it was visible, it'd be a very large ship. I've already designed a few, but it was only one-dimensional. And I can almost see that it sort of looks a little bit. Do you remember Superman and the crystals he had? Like that, like some kind of crystal. Because you see, it's not that God makes things disappear, but he takes out the life from things, and things fall to dust, to stone. So they no longer exist. They like evaporate. And you can't see it because sometimes things are not actually gone, but once the element starts to, it's like you drop a ball and you wait for it to hit the ground, but it hasn't hit the ground yet. By the time God has dismantled certain things, it all disappears faster than your eyes can see. Blink your eyes, you'll see black spots all over. Do you see them when your eyes are open? Is it the retinal? You're seeing something. Every time you close and open your eyes, you're seeing from within. All right? My cats, when they're young cats, are very small, and I'm not at home, and they get bacteria in their eyes, and they can't see all day. They don't meow one bit. They're walking around until it really starts to get pussy, and then it's, but anyways, it only happened 1,000 times. This is why Jesus was on an angle. The Spirit went into him, hits the ground, the copper ground, and then it burns up and it curls and melts away. That's why we have the mustache on the ends over here, and it's so hard to grow the ends. Okay? This hits the ground as spirit and soul. When it hits from this angle, the three creations, it comes from the soul of the universe. When it comes from this direction, it comes from the soul of God, the Spirit of God. There is a difference between the two. Although the Spirit of God is mixed inside the elements of the universe, they connect differently inside the ground. One has a copper ground and the other one has a green. I don't know what they call it. I don't know how it works. I know it's all the elements set up. So basically that's what it is. And again, 25th letter, 27th letter. We hopped over. Why can we hop over? Because every time we hop over an 8, right, above it, in between the two, is a 5. 5, 14, 23, 32. Then we go up 5, and then we go up 7 and 9. And then we go 14, and then we go 16 and 18. And then we go 23, and then we go 23 and 25 and 27. And then we go 32 and 34 and 36. And we go hop over all those 8s because we can. Because God can do it. He sucks in. Imagine like this. God sucks in 2, 4, 6, 8. He has 20. He takes his 20. He goes over to man, 6. And he's got 26. Excuse me. Let's not do it that way. He's got the 20. And he goes into the birth corner with that 20. The birth corner is 9. He takes that 20. He shoves it into the birth. You have 29. Now you have the birth in the beta world. Or he takes the 20 of beta, like I told you. He takes this world, okay, of 20. Or he takes this world of 20, okay, here. And he shoves it into this world. Or he takes this world and shoves it into this world. He does both, actually. Okay, so when you take the 20 from this world and you put it to number 3, where creation is, you have 23. And you have beta creation. You're going to have 20 plus whatever the number is because of this design, and this design, and this design. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. The superior power, the power of our God is so strong. But yet, I still don't believe. And then again, I might be totally deranged, and everything I have said seems to make sense to me. But once I watch it again, maybe it won't make any sense at all. Irrelevant to the fact. During the time before, and in the past 7 years, I still have that connection. I won't let it go, regardless of how good any of my movies are, or my films, or my work. I must continue. I must strive for 10, and I must never worry how little I get. Just worry whether or not you're going to continue to try. Do you think this one is over? Raphael, in the constellation of Pegasus, on the 18th day of May, the 140th day of the year. Tomorrow is 1 for 1. 1 for 1. That is the letter M. Why? Because 1 stick and a V and a 1 stick. How would you see that? Well, V or D or 1, 4 is 5. 1, 4 is 5, and 1 is 6. Tomorrow is the day where the division of the two sides are closer together than on any other day in this half of the year. The next time it happens, it's going to be the 282nd day of the year, and usually how many days is it after? Before there's a number of days after 282. I think it's 5 or 6 days. 282, 5 or 6 days, and 141. It'd be 3 days. The 18th, the 21st. The 21st of the month. I have no idea what it is. I just know that these numbers have a little bit more pressure than the other numbers because the reaction is odd. But in the month of May, tomorrow is the 19th day in the 5th month, which is 24, which is 6. Okay, 1 for 1 is also 6. So there is no meeting point. So you must add creation to that to have 636 for the point that will create a 1-6 spirit, which makes it the 21st of May, and then again somewhere the beginning of October, and then 3 days later again. It's the way it works. It's the cycle. Why do I know this? I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. And I'm very confident with what I say. And you know what? It's just so open, the statement I made, so it can mean absolutely nothing. And in the future, no one will actually find out what it is. But just remind yourself right now that the light of God has come down to this earth, and the conscious mind will awaken. Although I seem to not be able to still believe any of this, I know it's coming, and I want it to come. I want it to come so bad, more than ever, because I've been on this for 7 years. I never thought it ever existed. Now that I get the sense that it does exist, I'm going all the way to make it happen, because your fate and destiny starts now. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, just below Andromeda. Planet X, that might just be good friends, eh? Just might be some good friends. And do I think there are devils in this world? There's a very good chance. You see, in order to have a porthole into this world, okay, you need to take in and out with both systems. So therefore, the easiest way in, okay, for God is to come in through the side of the devil. And why is that? Because they have lived. Devil backwards is lived. So they have the passage because they've been back and forth already. Oh, they're for sure somewhere here on earth. You know, and it's not really supposed to be exactly as the devil, more as to how man has changed everything and has actually, the way I see it, the devil is not as bad as, how can I say it? Let's say the devil has lived 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times, and he seems to know the ropes. Now, anyways, this is nor here nor there, and I thank you. It is going to be almost an hour, right? We're going to stop it at 59 and 59. E-I, E-I, O.